Shut up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV. This is United Across the Globe. I'm joined today by a few very special guests. Let's get the intro rolling. Yes, people, welcome back to Football United TV. This is United Across the Globe, where we talk all things Man United. I'm joined today by five very special guests, starting off with Omundi. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Just want to say, I've said hello to everyone else. Big up T, long time no see. That rhymes. And let's see what's going on tonight. Yes, big up T, man. Welcome.
Big up TMJ, mate, in the house. Yes, how you doing, mate? You cool?
I'm doing good, man. How's everyone doing, man? It's good.
Good.
Good. Man, United may not be the best thing to talk about right now, but I'm feeling good. So.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about it, haven't we? Unfortunately, if you're not too happy with what's going on, because we love the club. Britt, how you doing, mate? You good?
Hey, I'm doing quite well. Thank you, sir.
Good. Mr. B, how you doing? You there, Mr. B?
Here with us, Mr. B.
Always, Matt. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, cool. Talk. You cool?
Yeah, well, I'm always cool, innit? You know, I'm cool as ice and twice as nice.
Oh, smooth devil. Okay, well, we're going to rock and roll into it then. It's some topics today that I wanted to pick out, and I thought we could all have a debate, chat, and see what everybody thinks. Let's start off with the first one. Can we make top four in the Premier League? And look, we've fallen flat a couple of times here against Watford, Man City. We've got some hard games coming up this month too, for the rest of the month anyway. Starting off on Monday, mate, do you think we can do it? I know statistically we can, but in your heart of hearts, do you think we can make it?
Yeah, I do. And I'm interested to see what everyone else has to say. But I do. The reason why, just a couple of factors. One factor being we're in the Premier League and no team can be guaranteed to win every single game. You might say Arsenal are having a good run, but it's only in January. They only got a point in the whole month. And I know they played some cup games, got knocked out the semi-final, got knocked out the FA Cup as well. But they were struggling for form. It's only then they have a month where they're playing really well, like they did in December. But yeah, go back, we beat them. Everton beat them when they put it on them. So I think there's three. The second factor is in the Premier League at this sort of stage of the season, you've got these mid-table teams that can be turned over quite easily. You've got teams like Brighton, you've got Crystal Palace, teams that are sitting in that sort of position who know they can't fight in that out of relegation zone. And they also know psychologically they can't really get into Europe. So those are the teams that are the whipping boys, in my opinion. The relegation teams are tough to beat, as we witnessed with Watford, for example. These teams are fighting for their lives. They're being told now, sugar, we better fix up. And we have to turn it on every single game. Every game is a cup final for us because we want to stay up. There's so much money involved. Players were thinking about their status, that kind of thing. So there's three, and then obviously there's the teams up the top who are always hard to beat anyway, but are also fighting for things as well. Like ourselves, we're fighting for top four. So it's going to be really hard. There's no guarantees in the Premiership, but one thing I can guarantee is I'm really happy that Ralph is in control rather than Ollie. I think we're more, even though we lost last week, I'm not overreacting about that. We've only lost 2 games since he's arrived, since December. And we're starting to improve and pick it up. And I think by the time the season's finished, we'll be in a better position, playing a bit better. We've got a smaller squad. I know the games seem a bit daunting, but I'm quite confident we can get top 4 based on the factors I just said, and also Arsenal, who seem to be our main rivals right now with these games in hand. If they won them all, they'd be 10 points to hit clear. But if you look at their games in hand, they're not easy. And Arsenal, like I said, in January, they're known to crumble. They might have a month off. So I'm saying, yes, we can still get top 4. And I'm saying it with chest. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm saying I know it. We will get top 4.
Cool. That's, very confident, mate. And look, I think the trouble wasn't it? Spurs and Arsenal, we were looking at them and their form and how great they were doing. Spurs have been knocked off a little bit. Of course, we've got them this weekend. Mr. B, what do you make of this, mate? Do you think we can make top four? Do you think it's looking bleak?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me. We're not getting top four.
It's the thing.
I've said it already. We're not getting top four. Arsenal have got 3 games in hand, and they're 1 point ahead of us. No problem. Everybody says Arsenal crumble. We've been crumbling. It's not like we're showing any form. Yes, on Monday we're not losing, but we're not winning. 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point's not enough. Tottenham, even if we beat Tottenham, they've still got 2 games in hand.
Yeah, they do.
On us. They win those 2 games, we're still behind Tottenham. So there's 2 teams where it's not in our hands. So no, we're not getting top 4.
Wow, so you're completely against what you were saying on Monday. I didn't realize maybe you two didn't think the same. What about you, Britt? What side are you on now? Now we've got a part in here going on.
Look, man. You look at our roster. You look at the talent that we have. There is absolutely 0 reason why we don't make top 4. This team frustrating the hell out of me. All they have to do is act like men. Get on the football pitch and play football. You know how to play football. You know how to run. You ran around in the academy having a good old time, playing football, having fun. You got to get out there on the pitch. You got to run around, play football, have fun again. We're better than those guys, man. Talent-wise, man for man, we're better. These guys just have something stuck in their head. I don't know what it is. They're thinking about too much. There's a lot going on in the world. They have a lot on their mind. That money is crazy to think about. And I know if I had all that money, that'd be at the front of my mind too. Not going out and playing the game, doing my job that earns me that money. Don't forget about that. Yeah, you have money, but you have it because you're doing your job. Now go out and do your job. Wow. And earn that money. And we can easily do it. It's just whatever direction, nobody wants to take it by the bootstrap and run with it. Everybody's waiting for everybody else to step up. Like, come on, man. We need a captain. And I'm sick of this.
This is well put. I need you to be manager, Britt.
Hey, if my phone hadn't rung, man, I would have already been on a flight there.
So wait, is he in the Yay camp?
I am, yes, we can.
Okay, so, all right,
cool. Our professional athletes, you have to earn your money. Eventually, robbing people of money has to weigh on your consciousness, and you eventually have to go out there and perform and earn your money.
That was really well put. Really well put. TMJ, are you in the thumbs up camp or the thumbs down camp? It's 2-1 at the moment.
I'm in the thumbs down camp. I don't think we've got the squad for it, but we just haven't been performing, and I just don't think our football's anywhere sustainable to challenge for the top 4. Nowhere near, because when you look at the teams that are above us, or even the teams that have games in hand, like I'd rather have the points, but I just think we're just not good. We're just not like, you can tell, like we'll drop points to Burnley. Who else did we drop points to? Palace, I think. Like we'll drop points to silly games. Just on top of my head, like Watford, like we should have really won, like I don't know, 3-4-0 against Watford, and we still drop points. Because we've got silly individuals in our team that will just are so goal hungry, but they don't think about the team. Whereas that they'll get one chance and they'll still bottle it. Whereas Watford, they get one chance and they take it. So I don't know, man. This is with United it's an up and down scale. It's like 1 minute we think we're going somewhere and then it just goes rock bottom. So we have the squad for it, but I just can't see it anytime soon. I think we need a manager, a proper coach. I like Ralph. I do like his ideas, but I just don't think he's cut out for the management because he hasn't managed since, 2019 off the top of my head, I think. Like, he's got good ideas, but not every player in this team is bad. I just think, there are players that need to be moved on elsewhere, but we've spent a lot of money within the squad. You can't tell me every single player in this team is bad. And there's players that's going to be moved on, like your Paul Pogba's or your Jesse Lingards or something like that. And I think the players that want to leave, just get rid of them and just move on and keep the players that want to be at the club. Because
nobody.
My thing is, maybe we touch on Pogba. If he wants to go, just let him go. Because I would have shipped Pogba last summer. Personally, I was done with him. Personally, and it's not a thing. I hate Pogba. I just think if you don't want to be at Man United, go. That's just my thing. Man United is the first and foremost. Man United will outlast Paul Pogba. So if you want to be at Man United, commit to Man United. Cool. But if you're not good enough, then you still got to go as well. That's another thing. But it's always going to be the club.
It's a good point, mate. And look, I think a lot of players, they're on their last legs on their contracts, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are. That could happen without even having to choose. They could literally go. I left it with you, Talk, because it's now 2-2, and you're here now to tell us which side you're going to pick, mate. And you might get a few enemies here from doing this.
Okay, let me just point two things out. We've got a better manager and we've got a better squad. That's two things. And for me, it's easier for us. Well, nobody can argue with that fact. Nobody can argue with that. We've not. You're telling me Arteta is better than Ralph Rangnick? No, he ain't. Is their squad better than ours? No, it ain't.
Do you really rate Ralph that highly as a manager?
I do rate him. Yeah, I do rate him because if you look at what he's done since he's come in, he's a clever guy. He quickly realised that
he is clever. He is clever, but I just think the management changed it at the Premier League. I don't know.
No, I know what you're saying. I know. And listen, he's coming to a new league. It's a new league for him. You know what I mean? Definitely. Like it was for Arteta. Now look at the way. So you're telling me, or any Man United fan can't tell me that Ralph's start has not been better than Arteta's start, because it has. Miles better. If you look at Arteta's start, it was shocking at the club. Really, all right, I know he won the FA Cup, but apart from that in the league, you get your form.
But they did win a trophy though at the end of it, so.
It's FA Cup, but for me, it's about the league because you take your form from there into the cups. You know what I mean? It's one of those. But and also for me, I just think that it's going to be easier for us to click because that's all it is. We've got to click once we click in a game, we are really, really difficult team to play against and a difficult team to stop. And I think for Arsenal to sustain what they're doing right now, it's much harder, much more difficult for them to do that. So for me, I think we've definitely got the advantage in terms of, for us going forward to get this top 4 spot. So I'm all for us definitely getting top 4, Mr. B.
So Matt, sorry, as you think you're invisible, what's your opinion?
The way we are playing, mate, I wouldn't say we would, but the luck that we get and the Glazers get, they'll probably get it just because it's the Glazers. Something miraculous will happen and we'll get the 4th spot. We don't deserve it if that's what you really want to ask me.
So are you doing a solo here?
I'm sitting on the fence.
Yeah, you got splinters on your arse, bro.
I have, absolutely. I feel like I'm sitting on the park bench. Right, okay. I think we're going to do it. That's because I think that's just the way it's going to go for Man United. Even I think I agree with Mondi. I think Arsenal are the type of team to slip up right at the end, and we might bounce a bit after this really bad March that we've got at the moment. And with the Champions League as well, if we progress in that, which I hope we do next week, and we will talk about that next, then hopefully that could help us in the Premier League, maybe with momentum. But look, I'm hoping, Mr. B, I'm praying, and I don't even believe in God, and I'm praying. Okay, that's how bad it is for me. All right.
Well, TMJ, what do you want to say, bro?
What I wanted to ask everyone is, for instance, just say if we didn't get top 4, we finished, let's say, 6th or 5th, and that's Europa League spot. Would you rather finish in that spot or no European football for 1 year and we just focus on the league completely?
None. I'd rather have nothing. I'll be honest.
I said that myself. I'd rather nothing and just bang the league.
But focus on the league with what?
Well, this is the problem because are you going to focus on the league with the youth? Because most of that squad's contract is up at the end of next season.
Yeah, at least like 12, 10 players, I think.
Right.
With Radnick or get a new manager in.
With a new manager. New manager comes in.
Some other changes too. Like how just focus on the league, because with all the uncertainty that we're going to have going into next season, I can't say I would rather finish lower and then just concentrate on the league because there's no guarantee what we'll be concentrating on the league with. What will we have? I have no clue. We need European football.
We do need European football, but if we're not good enough to win it, then why should we be in it?
Hold on. I want to make one point. One really, it's a big point. We are still nearly 500 million pound in debt. We have to be in these European Cup, especially the Champions League, for us to be able to afford to go and hunt down.
Knowing if we don't make it, the Glazers will spend money.
What they're gonna?
They always do spend. They
always spend money. Every time we don't make top 4, they always spend a stupid amount of money, even though they do.
Money. That's it. There's no extra investment from the Glazers. It's just club money. It's already our money. It's not like they're giving us money. They're still going to pay their.
I mean, I'd rather be in our situation than Chelsea's because no new signings.
Yeah, I know it's it is really bad times for Chelsea. Yeah, we might delve into that at some point when all the facts come out and everything. We figure it out. Not quite sure what's going on there, but it is very strange times in football, isn't it? And we said this before the stream, didn't we? It's just strange times, Omundi, in general, everywhere. Omundi, please.
Yeah, I just want to answer Trey's question. I think wherever we end up, that's what we deserve. The league doesn't lie after 38 games. I think we can get top 4. But if we don't, we get 6, whatever, then fair enough. You have to praise the other teams that come above us. As regards to next season, I think if you are in a Europa League or one of these competitions, as you noticed with Spurs this season, they didn't really care about it, and I don't think we would too. But it gives you an opportunity to get key experience for top players. If you watched this, the FA Youth Cup the other day, Charlie McNeil, the Spanish guy, this both scored goals. You got Hannibal, you got Zidane, you got Charlie Savage's, the boy Savage, and all these other potential guys coming through, and the guys coming back from loan. These players will get valuable experience if we're playing in some sort of Europa or conference competition. So I see advantages for that regardless. I wouldn't want to be playing once a week. It's not good for us as fans either. I mean, we're so used to sort of having 2 games a week, and for our channels as well. What would we talk about?
I'm not going to be here on that Thursday anyway. I'm going to start going to the gym.
Brilliant, guys. Right, we'll just read out a few more comments and we'll move on to the next topic. Lukman Yunus Sung Yui Jin. Big up. Hi, everyone. Big up. Levy out. Yeah, you're like us right now with the Glazers, clearly. Devils United. Big up, Maisie. Hello,
Big
everyone.
Up, Maisie.
Yo.
Great panel. Talk MU. Hi, Maisie.
Oh,
Virgilio
right,
Santos.
Nobody else.
Big up.
That's what I'm Jesus, man.
Yeah, that makes
Chelsea
sense.
Fan here. Solo's in the house as well. Big up to one amazing panels. And he says, top is Arsenal to lose. We will be lucky to finish top 7.
Oh, Solo, I'm disappointed in such statements, bro.
It'd be a disappointing season. As bad as we are and as horrible we play, if we finish that low, it will be a disappointing season.
That would be horrible, wouldn't it? Niall Kane says, hello, Matt and Monday Talk, Mr. B and the F1 co-host and the person below Matt. Don't know your name, buddy. Sorry. TMJ. Big up TMJ. Niall Kane, hello, live chat. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, which is our game next week in the Champions League. It's 1-1 at the moment. And of course, there is no away goals. So we're bringing them back to Old Trafford. Yeah, no, I'm stuttering for some reason because I think we're going to probably go out. Omundi, this is a tough tie. They dumped Liverpool out, didn't they, at Anfield that time? And people underestimated them and said, like, nah, there's no chance I'm going to Anfield with what Liverpool did to Barcelona. There's no chance, and they did it. So look, I think Atletico Madrid, like just from an outside view, I think they're rubbing their hands, thinking they probably get something from this. What do you think?
Well, we had a chance to watch them in the first game, and they were very good. But one thing we did very, very well was contain them. Even though they scored after 7 minutes, we did contain them for the rest of the game. We saw what they've got. We saw that they actually changed the system prior to the game. We didn't expect them to play a sort of 3-5-2 or whatever they played. They can mix it up. So they got a great manager as well, and got some very good players. And I think we know what we're up against. But in this sort of round in Champions League, you're going to get every game's going to get tough regardless. I think we can go through. We're at home. That's an advantage. We got to turn it around. I think Ralph's had time to assess them now. The players know what they're up against. We know what a challenge it is, and I think we can create chances against this team. No doubt about it. They're not the force they used to be, regardless of what people might say. You know, obviously they want to turn it up, but we turn up the volume at Old Trafford, if we've got the right atmosphere, the fans behind us, I don't see any reason why we can't get through. It's a massive game, and think about the momentum we have if we do beat them. If we beat Tottenham this weekend, it would give us more standing in the league, and then we go ahead and go and beat Atletico Madrid. That would be massive, and we'll be coming on the show with big smiles, showing all our teeth next week, instead of being miserable like Mr. B and Trey down the bottom there.
Wow, well put. And what about you, Talk? What do you think about this game, mate? And I hear Suarez coming out saying he loves playing against Man United, obviously with the stuff that happened between him and Evra and everything else, and the fact that he was at Liverpool. Talk, what's your thoughts on this game, mate? Do you think this is a big hurdle for us, or do you think we can easily triumph over it?
It is a hurdle, of course it is. It's a tough game. However, I agree with Monday that, you know, we're at home. They're coming to our backyard, and I think for us, we've got the perfect guy in charge right now for the kind of approach we need to take to this game, which is, in my opinion, controlled and measured. We don't want to be falling straight into their hands and going, right, we're going to come flying at you, because we know what they're like. Block you out, bam, counter, wallop, then you're in real trouble. I don't see us doing that. I want to see us doing a nice, controlled, measured approach. Like always, on Monday says 1-0, keep them out, see the game out, happy days. That's what I want to see. And we can do that, no problem.
Do you agree with that, Mr. B? I'm just going to go straight to you, bro. Because you probably don't, do you?
I don't. I'm beginning to think that you guys have forgotten what you've seen from us in the last couple of games.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly, well, I'm normally, you know, a little bit negative after the games, but this negativity stuck with me, man. I'm not sure if it's this 50th year that's hit me or it's something a little bit deeper than that. But I just cannot see. I cannot see us doing Atletico. It may well be a draw, in which case then whoop-de-doo, you know, we've drawn the game. But penalties, we saw what happened the last time we had penalties. I'm not confident at all.
Yeah, we're bad at penalties.
We are, aren't we? I mean, we saw what happened with Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
But were we actually that bad, or was it literally went right down to the wire?
I wouldn't say, okay, it's not even that we're bad yet. It's just like when it comes to the crunch, we just don't kill it off as much. Like everyone will score, and then it'll just be that one person that just froths it if it's a keeper or a defender or something like that. Or a keeper just not making a save, which they need to do.
What do you think about this game, though? Do you think it is a hurdle, though, TMJ?
This game, it's a weird one because Atletico have actually hit a pretty good form in the last 2 games. They've won their last 2, and we haven't won our last one. So
they're not doing good in La Liga either, are they?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're on the table. They're 4th right now, so I mean, they're in better form than us at the moment.
Yeah,
in their league.
Well, but, you know.
Yeah. La Liga. When you look at La Liga table to Premier League, it's like you don't need to say so much. Yeah, but good. I think we can beat them definitely. We've got the players to do it. We've got the squad set up, but it's just, can we do it? Like, can we take that hurdle? I mean, we've beaten teams like Juventus and PSG when it's needed, but I don't know, man. Atletico is a weird team because that last game, they soaked up everything, and we took so long just to get 1 goal that I don't know if you can get 2 goals against them. That's just a weird one, because when you looked at Chelsea and Liverpool, the way how they did it, they were more expansive than we were. We were struggling to create 5 passes along within their area. I don't even think we had did we have 2 shots on target or something like that during that game? At the,
probably. I hate to say, probably.
Yeah, so it's like when we were at their ground, they had us on a different pedal. But I think at home we'll step up because we got the home factor and the fans will be up for it. But we just need to take that chance to get at them. I think whoever scores first will win.
Oh, that's a shout and a half.
Yeah.
What about you, Britt? Do you think the same there? Do you think this is a toughie? Do you think we're going to smash them easy, no problem, move out of the way?
No, not at all. Atletico Madrid is a big hurdle for us. it will take everything that our boys have in them to keep on pressing, keep on pushing, keep on stringing together quick 1-2s, making runs at the keeper. Why are we seeing this? We brag about the pace and the ball control over our forwards, but how come we ain't seeing two of them running in at these defenders, playing with the ball with each other, and then just nonchalantly kicking the ball in the back of the net?
It sounds so easy.
It's not that hard.
Easy.
Go out there and do it. No, but I mean, we say that we do. These guys just go out there, have fun. We can take care of Atletico. They're going to sit back. We're going to have a lot to work through and go through. So little chips over, that'll get old and tired because they'll be all backed up. So we're going to have to just stick our nose down, run at them, pass the ball between each other real quick, and make a freaking decision on what to do with the ball. Just make a decision. Just make a decision and have some conviction in what you're doing. And then you won't fluff that pass. You won't miss that open sitter. Have some conviction. You're a man freaking United, man. If you don't want to do this, go off. Go play somewhere else, man. Well, we got plenty of people who want to come and play. We'll get you replaced. Get out of here.
We need Britt in our club. That's what we do.
Or at least the attitude. There's got to be somebody with this same attitude that we have to go in there and just say, like, sit these kids down. We can't treat them like men, apparently. We got to treat them like little kids. Sit them down in the classroom. Let's have a nice little chat.
I love that. Brilliant. So let's do a thumbs up then. Go round then. You think we're getting through this? Do you think it's quarterfinals for us, Omundi? Thumbs up. Brits a thumbs up too. Mr. B, TMJ's a thumbs up. TMJ's thumbs up. Mr. B, what are you saying? Through or not? Oh, he's Julius Caesar, and he's like that.
You know what? I think it depends on who we pick. I think it depends on if Cristiano Ronaldo can play that game, then I think we go through. If he starts that game, I think we go through.
Let's see, because he's not really wanted to play recently, or Ranić's not letting him play. Something's going on. Talk. Obviously, we can't see you with your thumbs up, bro. So what are you saying?
Yeah, it's happening, bro. We're gonna do it. No problem.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's move on to the next and last topic. There might be a bit of debate here. Of course, there will be. Ten Hag or Pochettino for the next manager, if it's going to be them two, because it might not be. You never know. They might go for somebody completely out of the blue. And Monday, start with you, mate. Who would you prefer if it had to be one or the other?
It's quite easy for me. I think Ten Hag is Hag, whatever you call him. I think he's the man. He's a new manager, someone new, fresh on the block. He's got a new style. He's talked like pound for pound what he's done with Ajax. We'll be watching them next week in the Champions League, and we can get a good view for ourselves. They're in the knockout stages. They've done really well in the group stages. They beat up Dortmund 4-0. That was outstanding. They've got a lot of balance to their side. They're very expansive, and the identity of the team, the way they play their football, stands out to you. And you can see who's orchestrating this. It's the guy Ten Hag. He's been behind this. You know, he's using players with. He's brought in his own players. He's managed the team really well. Ajax have always been the top club in Dutch football traditionally, but to get to this stage, it's very rare. Since I know they won it 3 times in a row in the 70s, then once in 95, and then they got to the final 96, I think. But it's very rare that they had this moment, and they're going through that moment now. When they won in the 70s, they had great players, Cruyff and all that kind of thing. In 95, they had great players as well. Yeah, this is the birth of Seedorf, Davids, Littman, Clive, you name them, guys. Go and throw them out there. The De Boer brothers. That was a great. Right? Yeah, Seedorf. That was a great side and a great manager as well. Went on to be Barcelona manager and our manager as well. So there's something special when these sides get quite far in the competition. Obviously, got to the semi-final a couple of years ago as well. Lost to our opponents on the weekend. But I think there's what you're looking at here, if you're comparing the two between Poch and Ten Hag. The only thing people can say, I've heard Errol say, well, Poch has got Premiership experience. But things I'm talking about an identity of football, something going forward. It's a bit like when Liverpool got Klopp in. You could see there's something going on here. He was a new kid on the block. He had an identity. He was successful. He was out overperforming with his team, taking Dortmund to finals of the Champions League, winning their own domestic league ahead of Bayern Munich, that sort of thing. That's credentials. And I think you've seen the same credentials with Ten Hag, with what he's working with. They've got a lot of really exciting players as well, young exciting players who could hopefully bring along to Manchester United. And Edwin van der Sar is also associated with Man United as well. So there's a lot for me, which my heart is going with Ten Hag. About Pochettino is not even in the argument for me. There's nothing to do with what happened yesterday. It's just to do with I've never found him attractive. I've just felt, okay, the only thing people say, he managed in the Premiership, he'd done all right with Southampton when I think the foundation was already there. And I also think that the Spurs thing as well, that was their peak. I think that he did do all right with them, but it's not enough for me. There's no identity of play. We saw yesterday he couldn't even manage. They were 1-0 up away at Real Madrid, and they ended up losing. He can't manage. I see Messi out there strolling, all these 5 players. You've got to get a system going. I think you've got to be a manager with enough balls to say, all right, I'm dragging you off because you ain't working for my system. It's like, just leave them free up front and let them do what they have to do. Unless he's been Leonardo's telling him what to do. I'm not happy with that. I don't think Poch is the man for us. Please don't get him. It's got to be Ten Hag. He's everything refreshing, exciting, and it's the unknown as well about how far he can take us. We want someone to take us for a period of time going forward, and we want to see a good brand of football. We want to get the fans on side as well, and he's ticking all the boxes for me. So it has to be Ten Hag.
And we said last night, didn't we, mate, on the show about the players that we could potentially be getting from Ajax, some real class talent in their first team 11 that might be interested in coming along. That's always good, isn't it? I'm not sure whether Pochettino can bring Messi over if he gets fired. Don't think that'll happen. TMJ, what do you think, mate? One or the other? Who's it going to be if you had to decide?
I do like Pochettino, but I'm feeling the Ten Hag system a lot more. Only because, I rate both, but I just like the Ten Hag fluidity because you see the teams that he's playing against. He's not playing against little teams. Like when he's doing the Champions League, he's beating the Borussia Dortmund game specifically. That was a really good game of what he did because we know about Borussia Dortmund's team. They're 11 of Haaland, Bellingham, Gio Reyna, etc. They've got good players, but for what Ajax did to outclass them and actually out tacticalize what they were doing was really good. So, like for instance, I think Haaland got like a hat trick or something like that within that game, and then it's just the fluidity of like Anthony, Gravenberch. They've got really good players. That Alvarez guy that plays centre back, they've got really good players, and I like the way how Ten Hag uses his philosophy to just equip for a lot of his players because he doesn't have a standout player. It's the system. What he does. So it's just fluidity. It's attacking. It's attractive. It's football it's entertaining football. Like football is an entertainment sport at the end of the day. Like you want to be entertained, and when you're looking at Ten Hag's football, it gets you off your seat. You're seeing individual brilliance. You're seeing team fluidity. That's what you want to see. And I think if you bring that to the Premier League, that could rival a Pep really, or a Tuchel. And I think the way Ten Hag's got it about him, he speaks very well. And I like managers that speak with a certain there's a certain way that he speaks that, you could come in the Premier League and you actually could probably bad up a few of these managers. I think he could actually do something where you're like, he could be a proper long-term manager. I know you don't really see the whole Ferguson and Wenger era because that's gone, but I think he could be at Man United for a long time personally if you back him and get him what he needs. Because I think if he comes in and let's say the first year is not great, that happens. Pep's first year weren't great. He finished fourth or something, or third. So you get him what he needs. He's not going to want every single player that's in that team. He's going to want his type of players that suit his philosophy, which every manager is entitled to do. So I think, he's the manager. I think, I really like Erik Ten Hag, man. He's an amazing manager, and he's very young as well. So I think if he came to Man United, he would be, it would be probably one of the best signings we've done in a long time.
I think the only stumbling block with him, and I only learned this recently, is that he actually is only just started to learn to speak English. Yeah, and that is quite surprising from someone from Holland because usually that's their second language. Like everybody knows how to speak English. So I was quite surprised to hear that he's had to take that on recently to be able to speak, because that obviously would be a stumbling block if you got in a manager that wasn't.
But didn't Bielsa like? I know Bielsa could speak English, but he had like a language interpreter that could.
He pretended not to, didn't he?
Yeah, it was like he didn't want to speak English, but I think it might just be some words and stuff like that.
Yeah, if he says that if I pretend I can't speak English and I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, he didn't want to bother. But yeah, I like the way how he plays football. It's really entertaining. What
about you, Britt, mate? Who are you preferring out of these two?
I am 100% without hesitation Ten Hag. Poch, I don't want to go in on him. Lots of people that I like and look up to support him, so I don't want to step on any of their toes. But he's mediocrity, man. If you want mediocrity and you're just worrying about top four, hey, Pochettino's the man, because he's going to do it. He underachieved so much at Spurs, man. That team underachieved. I can't believe he didn't put one trophy in the cabinet. Not a one. And we know the players that have played for Spurs. He had the two great defenders sitting beside each other. Son there, Kane there forever. Had some Dembele there. Good midfield. He world class fullbacks that, well, I don't think they're world class, but Spurs got paid a lot of money for those two leaving. So he had talent, internationals, and he did nothing except qualify for top four. And like, no, we're tired of that, aren't we? Like, this is what we cry about every single. It's disguised as yelling at players, but it's a style of football. Nothing's ever changing. We've changed 5. We're going to be on 8 managers since 2015. No league titles, no UCLA, no UCL. We're crying about the same thing week in and week out. So the manager don't matter. Pochettino's the perfect manager for what we've been going through. Ten Hag, he would be much better. There's a little bit of certainty what you'll get out of him, but the uncertainty in Ten Hag totally beats the certainty of mediocrity with Pochettino.
You know what? I get what you're saying exactly with Pochettino, and the fact that, you know what, he got them to a Champions League final, didn't he? And that's something that Spurs fans probably never thought they'd ever see in their history. So, I mean,
but with that roster, though, it's not that far into the realm of possibility that roster could have been in a Champions League final. Could have pushed better for the league at times.
Yeah,
but
they nearly did win it a few times, didn't they? They nearly did get it a few times, didn't they, Britt? That's the thing. Mr. B, what about you, mate? Ten Hag or Pochettino?
See, I want to disagree with Omundi on all 3 points, but I've got to agree with him on this one. It's got to be Ten Hag. Let's be honest. Poch, we know what he can do. We've seen what he can do, and I'm just not sure it was enough. So I'm all for that Dutch style. My only problem, again, the board going to back these managers?
Yeah,
you know, this is the problem we've got. The club, us as a club, have a lot of good young players. Ajax have good young players. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But these young players have to be supplemented with older players who have the desire to play for Man United and not the desire to have a £2 billion a month paycheck. So until that part of it sorts out, then I think we're always going to have issues.
Yep. And
if he doesn't come in early again, Man United love to do their deals late. We can't afford to have a manager coming in late. What date does the season finish?
End of May.
26-ish.
Right. So you really need your manager in by the first week in June, second week in June, to have him set up the club. But then, you know, Man United now, it's going to be the 1st of July or the middle of July when this manager's coming in. They would have already sorted out a pre-season tour to Australia
with no coach.
Right. You understand, and nobody knows nothing. So then the players that we're buying now won't be coming on the tour with us because it's too far. So we're playing all of those kids over there the main players who, you know, didn't want to go or for whatever reason. So we're going to start the season a whole mishmash again. So unless that part of the season is sorted out, season finishes, you get your manager in, he gets those players back in training, boom, boom, because what they're going to have 2 weeks holiday, 3 weeks holiday, maybe by that time, he should be back.
Yep.
You know, the club now, especially if Ralph stays up, is going to know what players are available. The new manager comes in and says, "Rah, Fred shit. We need a central midfielder." Ralph already has a picture of maybe
who he'd want.
Yeah, or the what's
type.
The word? Yeah, that's it. The type of midfielder that he wants. So he can then make that suggestion. So unless the club is going to be doing stuff that the club don't normally do, then it could be a painful summer again.
Yep.
What about you, Talk? What are you saying?
Okay, let me say this. If this was Match.com, Ten Hag is the perfect fit. Absolutely perfect fit. You know what I mean? Everything's there in it. Attacking football, aggressive football, fearless, you know, identity. You bring an identity to the club, which we haven't got. Where are we at the moment as an identity? We haven't even got one. No identity whatsoever.
We don't have a captain
as a club. So, you know, from just for them things alone, it's. I mean, well, it makes total sense. I mean, but again, we're not run as a club by the people, the right people, and they don't make the right decisions. So, and Pochettino, any Pochettinoites out there who want Pochettino, let me just ask you this: you're telling me that he wasn't aware?
You do
want what was going on?
Do what?
You do want Pochettino, didn't you? He was like, anybody out there who likes Pochettino? I was like,
No. Britt doesn't want Poch. British doesn't want. You don't want Poch, do you?
No.
I thought you said that Poch would be the man.
No, I railed on Potts, man.
Talk and you mistakenly said
tore him apart.
When Poch with the PSG job, he knew exactly what he was walking into. So now people going on about Poch saying, "Oh, you've got to get Poch because of blah blah," and it's not worked for him at PSG because you know that the guys upstairs are not letting him do this and not letting him do that. So you ask yourself the question: okay, then, well, he either has gone there for the money, or he's gone there thinking that he could go in there and change it, and he hasn't, so he's failed. So either way, it ain't a good look, is it?
What a lot of managers do fail at that PSG job. It's a walk-in.
Yeah, but why go there then?
Well, yeah, I know. I agree with you on that one. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to be within football, and it was just opportunity to take. And I mean, if he won the Champions League, then he would be one of PSG's greatest ever managers because no one's ever done it. So
for me,
it's just one of them where
it's like I
don't think he should have rushed it, but maybe he just wanted to be in football.
I think
he's not recycling. We're not recycling. Why should we recycle a manager now that has failed already in the Premier League? Coming second in the Champions League means nothing. You know, coming second in the Premier League means nothing. Coming second in any competition means absolutely F all. So he's failed. Simple as that. So I don't want him anywhere near my club. Simple. No. If it's not going to be Ten Hag for me, it's got to be.
I said Ten Hag was done at the time.
So we're all agreeing it's Ten Hag, right? We've all agreed.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Sorry, Britt. I thought because you did say some nice things about Pochettino, and I was like, I don't know whether you're like 50-50, but
yeah, no, I am that whole rant was railing on Poch. No.
Cool. Right, we're going to finish it off there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I believe the Man United agenda are on in 10 minutes, so please go tune in.
That out.
Switch over. Let's go and check out.
Is it 8 o'clock or 8:30 they're going live?
Oh,
8:30.
Sorry. Beg your pardon. 8:30, everybody. 8:30. Maybe we can do then, just quickly, because I know TMJ just wanted to quickly talk about something, mate, about the Rashford quotes. What did you want to say, mate?
I just wanted to know everyone's viewpoint on it and where everyone's at with Rashford, because I've heard mixed views on socials, like Twitter, for example, or just any views, because Rashford's one of my favorite players, but he's not in the best form at the moment. And I'm someone that really bigs up Rashford a lot, but I'll be real into the sense of he's not been good. He doesn't deserve the start because he's not been good enough, and you can't just get it by merit. You have to earn your place. It's like anything. Like if you're good at your job, then you eventually will get a promotion. You don't just get a promotion willy-nilly. That just don't come to you. You got to work for it. You got to earn things. So he's not earned it because he's not been in good form. And form is temporary. But I think where I'm at is where people are saying Rashford finished at the age of 24. His IQ's low. That I don't agree with at all, because for someone who's produced a lot of numbers, you cannot say he has low IQ. That doesn't make sense. And then when people would want to say he has low IQ in this sense, but they don't apply any context to it, that's when I'm like, okay, I'll raise your point. But then when I'm showing you evidence and you can't actually rival what I'm saying, then it just shows that you don't know what you're talking about, really. But I just wanted to know everyone's point on it.
Omundi.
Sorry, the back phone's going off. There's an emergency. It's Chief Wiggum. It's Chief Wiggum from the station.
It's not Chief Wiggum. He's off the
Yeah. I hear you, Trey, man. I hear what you're saying. I can evidence. I haven't got any notes or anything, but I think I can evidence why he's got a low IQ, in my opinion, as a footballer. It's not. I know people can say, "Oh, someone's SHIT, someone's this, someone's that." I think it's better if you're having a discussion about things. I think it's better if you try to give some evidence and give some.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just want evidence. Like, if you apply evidence, then that's fine.
My thing with him, I think Rashford fell off a long time ago. I think where Rashford's exceptional is his pace. That was something, you know.
I do think he's lost half a yard though.
Well, let me get to the point. Yeah. So where my thing is this: with Rashford, he's always had the pace. Even if he's lost half a yard, it's still like yards.
Yeah, he's still relatively rapid. Like he's still really
rapid. Exactly. So he's got the pace, and he's got a bit of skill to him as well. That's granted. But where you say he's falling down, because when you compare him to other players, it's all right having pace, but for a footballer, whatever position you play, there's like attributes you can tick off, like trump cards. So you can be exceptional at one thing, pace, and that can get you so far. But then you need to develop other areas of your game. And the reason why I say he's got a low IQ and he needs to improve, so there's still room for him to improve, I believe, because it's a mental thing, is because his teamwork's not very good. You don't see him. They say he can't play on the right.
I disagree.
Let me just give my pointers. This is my evidence for it. They say he can't play on the right. He's better playing on the left. I'm saying, well, why can't he play on the right? Why can't he develop his game? Is he just stuck with one thing? Like one of these kids when they're young is quicker than everyone else and never develops their game, you know? So he should be able to play on the right equally. He should be able to play. He wants to maybe be a centre forward. Has he got the skills and has he developed in that position? Or is he still the same flash that we saw come on like under Van Gaal? Well, can he header the ball? Can he hold up the ball? Has he developed his movement in the box? Do you see him scoring like headers or 6 yard area? Is his game developed in 6 yard box as a poacher, that sort of thing, finishing things off? I don't see that. I don't see the development there. There's no evidence to suggest that. So I don't see no developing his game. I want to see better teamwork. If you look at Sancho's just come in, just an example, so something to measure up to. Sancho can square up a guy, pop it off, play triangles. That's how he gets his. He's not overly blessed with pace, so that's how he uses his IQ to develop his game.
IQ is very high
to be effective. He uses that because he's not overly blessed with something, but he's got better attributes all round, I believe, than Rashford. Rashford still needs to develop, I believe, and it's about IQ. Sometimes he gets the ball and runs straight into traffic. We've seen it game after game after game, and I'm flipping out, throwing off my hat and saying, what's wrong with this guy, you know? So for me, it's a mental thing, which means his IQ needs to improve. And I think as he gets slower or things develop, then the IQ maybe will get better. But at the moment, because he's got so much pace to burn, he thinks he can do that all the time. And people in the Premiership, which is the highest league in the world, they do reports on people how to stop A, B, and C. And that one trick is gone now. He needs to develop his game and bring something else to it. Otherwise, he's going to continue to plateau and go downhill, in my opinion. Like him, he's a Man United boy, fair enough, everything else. But the one area where I believe it is a mentality thing. Improve your IQ, develop your game better, and then we can see a better player. He'd be twice the player he is now.
So Monday, the season where him and Martial had that great partnership, is that not teamwork?
What? Give me an example.
Where'd that go then? That went away.
So when he was linking up with Greenwood, Bruno, and Martial, is that not teamwork?
Yeah. Right, he was scoring goals. Can we look at his basic goals? We were playing deeper. We weren't playing as high line we're playing now. Games develop, evolves. We were playing deeper, and a lot of the balls were over the top into space in behind, and he was getting on goal and scoring like that. That's how I saw a lot of his goals. Yeah, I don't see him, when you say teamwork, playing a triangle, beating players, playing like a Man
If you look
City,
at the Crystal Palace goal,
one goal. What happened? Go on, Crystal Palace goal.
There was a goal against Crystal Palace where I think it looked like Martial started it. He bopped off to Bruno, and then Rashford linked it to, I think, linked it to Bruno or Martial, and then Rashford, I think, sat Van Aanholt down and then finished it off. That's where usually you see the best of him, where he's with either someone like a Bruno or a Martial, who they will drop in, but Rashford's on the shoulder. I think you see the best of him from the left because that's his best position. But in behind, he's a runner inside. He's very direct. It's like you're not going to play him on the right.
That's not teamwork, though, is it? You're saying staying on the shoulder of the last man. Even sometimes people complain about him being offside because he's not even monitoring his runs across the line. So
but he does link well with other players. So that is still teamwork.
We're talking about teamwork, but then you also mentioned the goal against Crystal Palace. I haven't seen it, but
if you watch that one back, that's specifically a good teamwork.
Yeah. No, I'm not disputing that. I'm sure that's a good goal, teamwork goal. But then you went on to say it's going on the last man or getting in behind. But
that's where I'm seeing his best attributes when he's running in behind because he's a very frightening player. When he's running at you.
That's due to pace. I want to see more than that. Anyway, what's someone else? Yeah.
Does anybody else want to get in there? Anybody else got some thoughts on
Mr. B?
Mute.
You're mute.
I don't do any Rashford slander. I love him to bits, so I just think it's a dip in form.
Yeah, man, it happens, man.
Yeah, he needs to get himself. He needs to get himself away during the summer because his form's not going to improve now. His season is absolutely finished. If he gets any games, respect the manager's opinion, but go away in the summer, do the hard work and come back a stronger player. I don't want any talk about Rashford being sold to Newcastle. That'll do my head in. That will do my nut in. So I want Rashford to stay. I'm hoping it's a temporary dip in form, but it could be more than that. So, and the problem is now his contract's up for renewal. His contract talks. So he's going to be pushing for more money. If he's not scoring goals and not performing, it's not logical that you offer a player more money. That's when, then is he then going to be looking to sit down on his ass for a year and a half? Because that's when it starts. You tend to decide what you do in a year and a half, only 18 months, whether you're going to, and then all of the talk comes out. Before you know it, you're 6 months, boom, and then you're gone on a free. So it's his next contract talk is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Britt, talk. What do you guys think?
Love Rashford. Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. He shouldn't be going anywhere. He is in a horrible, horrible dip of form. When he came up, he was running at defenders, played with a lot of confidence. He'd move that ball quick, get the ball back, fire shots off. That went away somewhere along the way. And you see this indecisive footballer running at players like he always used to, but now all of a sudden you see all this indecision, and I think that just encompasses what Manchester United is right now. It's all a mess. It's all a big old cluster. Nobody knows what to do because anything you're looking to do, it's not there. Oh, that thing's wrong. Don't trust the player. And there's a lot of players who aren't trusted by other players on the team. You can tell that in the passing. They'll make a stupid pass instead of the safe pass because of who's going to be on the ball right now. And they know once they get closed down, they're going to turn around the ball to try to spin away, and they're going to get that ball nicked off of them. Yes. So people don't want to make those passes anymore. They're tired of it. New guys coming in, they don't know that yet. So you still have Sancho. He's wanting to pass. Rashford's done with it. He's tired of it. He's like, I got to do it. But then even the decision he makes for himself on what to do, he's still even not sure on what to do. The low confidence has everybody doubting themselves. And like Omundi says, this is 100% a mental thing. It is
Yeah.
not a talent issue. It is no other issue except for a mental thing and the overall encompassing cloud over Manchester United. It's what it is. You can replace Rashford with whatever you want to. You'll just be replacing him with another sorry piece of crap out there on the wing, playing the exact same way right now because nothing's going to change. You can change players, change coaches. Everything's still the same, man.
Perfect. Every time he speaks, perfect. You can't change that, can you? That's not anything to do. Like, he has got the ability. It's his mindset.
Yeah, he didn't forget how to play football, man.
No,
he knows what to do.
I don't know what film that is where someone like wakes up and they can't play anymore. I can't remember what film that was. There is a. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Talk. What do you think? Just to wrap it up, mate, because we got 3 minutes left. Give us a quick burst, mate.
Right. Let me just show us.
Where's the graphics? Is it Rashford graphics?
Oh, what's it doing to me? Hold on a minute. Let me just.
You can't add them. I've got to add them, and I.
All right. Do the second one.
I need to do it.
Other one. That one. Okay. Well, this is what we were talking about last night. The green dots are where he scored the goals from. Now, if I was to put that up there without that player there and said, what type of player is putting those goals in there? What are you going to say?
A striker, a forward runner.
Exactly. There you go. So that's where, for me, Marcus Rashford should be playing. Forget about the left, forget about the right. He should be playing centrally for me. Give him the games, get him playing centrally because that's where the goal's coming from.
What about the first one?
That's just this. That was just this season as we discussed last night. So you can
that's just this season.
Just dismiss that. But as everything else for Marcus Rashford, in his current role, there are needs to make some better decisions. We know that can come from coaching, surely. He's a clever enough and good enough player to be able to pick up these instructions from the likes of Ralph's number 2 and the other guys. So go on.
No, so I'll wait for you to finish. Just my head's full of shit. I'm going to try to remember.
We've got to remember here. Look, you're talking about a young guy that's come through the academy and everything else, burst onto the scene at a time when the club seemed at that time a lot more stable than it is now. And since then, we've gone from a rock to a hard place, out of the frying pan and into a fire. It's just got worse and worse and worse. And that does have an effect on you as a player, especially in that kind of setting where you are expected to win. The expectation is massive, but then everything around you is not functioning correctly. You can bounce off yourself questions.
It's hard to judge players right now with the mess that everything is because nobody's good. Nobody's where they're supposed to be. Nobody's doing the right thing. It is hard judging players right now, but you have to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say, TMJ? I didn't catch what you said there, bro.
No, I said no one in our attacking line has been great this season, barring Sancho, and he took a while to get going into adapting to a new league, and he's still adapting now, even though it's going better. But he's still adapting.
I was going to say, I mean, we're still waiting for him to actually give us the 100% because he's still not quite there. But I think next season is going to be the time for that young kid because he is a sensational player.
Mr. B, did you? Sorry, talk again.
No, I'm done.
All right, Mr. B, do you want to finish off last?
Yeah, it was just something quick. For the last 3 years, we haven't had a coach at our club. Do you think that's impacted on Rashford? Because who's improved in the last 3 years as a player at our club? Who has improved in the last 3 years?
Overall,
shaking his head.
That is a shout.
Overall, not really anybody.
No one.
They've gone good.
No one. We haven't had a proper coach.
But it's overall everybody's the same as they were.
The chips have got better in the stands. Apparently, they're cooking them a little bit more than they used to. That's I think the only thing is maybe the tea's a bit more warmer than it is.
Hey, that's important. Don't undersell
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, no. Everybody loves a hot bovril. You don't want a cold one, especially at United with rain.
I mean, like I said last night,
in your seat.
If we can drag Ten Hag and Van der Sar and some other players to Old Trafford, especially Ryan Gravenberch, then and when with Ralph involved also, I think we are then in a absolutely amazing position. Because
We
don't
don't have
forget,
the ambition for that.
he's going to bring his own setup with him as well. Ten Hag. He's going to bring his own boys with him, who are going to get this team an identity. And just, when you're playing a football and you're in a team, when you know exactly what it is that you're doing, game in, game out, with that kind of fearless approach, with that really kind of aggressive kind of, we're going to win this game, like Fergie. This is, most of the time before you'd even the teams arrive at Old Trafford, they were already half beaten anyway, because we know with the fear factor, but that was all generated because of how good we were and how a lot of the times how aggressive we were, especially in the midfield areas, which, as we spoke about last night, we haven't got right now. We've got runners, but we ain't got no controllers.
We haven't got no controllers.
It's a bit of a difficult time for us, but we will.
Right, we need to end off. We're right over the hour mark, unfortunately. Solo, the Man United, we will win Championship League this year. Poch, big up, guys. Hope you're well. From Anthony. Omundi, just seen your messages. I'll message you back. Mr. B wants Graham Potter in. Charlie Hibbert, please get Poch. Please get Poch. Please get Poch. Please get Poch. He is shite. Please. PS41. Lovely from you, mate. He's on tonight at 10 o'clock with this guy as well, Anthony. Tune in for the Europa League and Conference League review show. If Ten Hag was on Tinder Talk, would swipe right for a like. And Benjamin Shobbs, big up to you, mate. What's your views on Chelsea's current position? We will delve into that on another show. This is only strictly Man United. Let's go and find out where everybody can find you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and go check out the Man United Agenda at 8:30. Remember to go press subscribe, like, and please share it. Omundi, thank you for coming on, bro. Where can we find you, mate?
I don't know. I'm going to speak for the three guys on the panel. That'd be Mr. B, Britt, and talking with us 4, and sometimes Trey. Trey used to be part of us, but he's neglected us lately. Hold on. Poor Trey, he discarded us, and now I know how.
Nah, never, man.
Now I know
my
how
first channel.
When Super Ted got discarded, that's how I feel.
I did not discard it.
So I'm saying this: you can find us on the Man United Agenda. You can find Trey somewhere else.
Wow.
Go for it, TMJ.
Okay, so you can just find it on my handle there. That's my Twitter, and that's like for most Instagram socials. But yeah, that's my Twitter handle, TMJ_171. Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming on again, mate.
Thanks
nice
for having me.
you. Cheers, bro. Britt.
Oh man,
bro.
like Money said, you'll find me on the Man United Agenda. I like coming on here with you, Football United TV. You'll see me on that Speedly TV and the F1. FTB Sports, I have a show on there, Through the Table, covering NFL stuff. At Britt 1502 on social media. If it ain't me, I ain't there.
Britt, you're actually on tonight on the channel at midnight, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be on little MLS stuff.
You forgot.
No, but it's this channel. I mentioned the channel. I mentioned.
It. Cheers, Britt. Britt is on again tonight at 12. He's a trooper. Thank you for doing that for us,
Mr. B.
Mr. B. Apart from your happy birthday this week, congratulations, mate, on reaching that age. I'm not going to say it out loud. But
Cheers, thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Mr. B.
Cheers, bro.
Where can we find you, bro?
On the agenda. Every day, Solo's got us on there working like dogs, getting us get subscribers. So do us a favor, if you're on there, just keep hitting that button, or Solo's gonna keep us working.
Cheers, Mr. B. And last but not least, Talk MU.
Oh, yeah, same on the Man United Agenda and on Twitter at iTalkMU.
Brilliant, excellent. We're finishing off there. Go check out the Man United Agenda, which is on in 20 minutes' time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you again at 10 o'clock with the Europa League and Conference League review, and 12 o'clock for the Vita show. Go on, Monday.
Just want to say, because I didn't say this, big up to you, Matt. Football United TV. Top subjects you cover, really good topics you cover, and always got to endorse you, man. Top man as well.
Thank you.
And yeah, anyone out watching there, press the like button and big up Matt for his Football United TV because #1.
Share the channel, man.
Thanks,
Great
man. Thank you
channel.
so
Love
much.
it.
It's just I'm glad to have you guys on Talk Football. Really, really do enjoy it. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother doing it.
Right.
Really wouldn't. I'm not sitting here for money. Trust me, I'm not going to ever get any of that, and I don't care either. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.